Hello, Cleveland. All right, Colin, come up here. Where's Colin? All right. Welcome to 6:30, everyone, where we are starting the 101. Colin's actually supposed to be doing this, but I don't know where he's at, so I'm just going to start because we're way behind schedule. Yeah, we're going to do this fast because you guys have all seen this a million times. If you're new, next month we'll do it less abbreviated. All right, don't break any of the shit. And if you need to shit, there's bathrooms. We are rated R, which means we can say things like that. We have a code of conduct. You should go read it. If somebody breaks it, come and yell at Colin. He's going to take over now.
We fixed the mic. All right, so our motto is challenge ideas, not people. We stole it from SecKC, just like half the stuff we have. Anyone listening from SecKC, mind your own business. Board members, if you see any one of us, you have concerns, you have questions, anything related to SecDSM, come talk to us.
Brandon shaved, though.
Yeah, so it's this guy minus the beard, minus the hair, and a backwards hat. Well, you can catch us. It's not Slack anymore. It's Discord. It still says Slack. We're not looking at Slack anymore. Volunteers, thank all of them. They help set up every night, especially Jared tonight, struggling with the sound system.
Not his fault.
Not his fault. Yes. Ways you can help every month. Sign up to do a talk. It doesn't need to be anything groundbreaking. Create a CTF. I've made so many CTFs. Most of them have been absolutely terrible. Volunteer. Just help set up chairs. Help move stuff out of Jared's car. There's so many things we can get help with. And then donations. We can always use donations. Help us find sponsors. That's a mutual benefit. Getting us in touch with sponsors. Stuff like that. Shout out. These are our major contributors. We'll actually be renewing this here in the next month, but Adversary Group, Extra Hop, and Cyber Reason all bought barrels, right? Am I getting that right or wrong? That was last year. Transparency report. So the space is from SecDSM and you guys through sponsors or through donations. Food is actually not through SecDSM, it's through Casey's now, right? Yeah, Craig didn't update that. Drinks are through Ahead. There's no question marks there. Ahead does have the drinks, and Ahead is our tonight's sponsor. So huge thanks to them. Stop by and see them if you guys get a chance. Oh, and Wave. Oh yes, Wave. This guy right here. He has the tokens. He's the gatekeeper. Financial transparency, we do everything through Open Collective. I think it's up to date this month. If it's not, it's pretty close. Anyone's allowed to go see all of our debits and credits to the account. Mini CTF was done by me this month. I was super proud of it. It was a boot to root box. It was my first one. If anyone has any questions, come see me. I also have the box on a USB if no one trusts TryHackMe or Google, and for some reason you trust a USB. What? I promise. I promise. But that's out on the mini. That's out in the CTF channel on Discord, and you can find it on Twitter. Upcoming events. I'm not going to read all of these. But I know we're going to have a crew for CypherCon. I don't know if there's any large groups for any of these other ones that you guys want to shout out. But as they're coming up, these are always fun. We'll go as a group. Sometimes we road trip or just meet there. Just always a big party. I'm not even going to talk about the move anymore because it was almost a year ago at this point. But we were on Slack. We're on Discord now. This is the link to the Discord. It's also on the website. Discord is the future, I guess. Security with James Beal.
Yeah, it was a real tough 3 minutes for you, Colin. I'm glad you need to go run and get a drink now. By the way, before I get into 5 pieces of news, as a threat intel professional, trust me, I promise, plug this USB drive in is literally the damn dumbest thing you could ever do. So before you listen to my other 5 news stories, sticking Colin's USB drive in your computer, I just let me watch. I just want to see what happens. All right. This is actually a fun one. So if you're not aware of hacker history, the idea of hackback and the United States military / NSA's transition over to defend forward, being our cybersecurity policy over the last 5 years, is actually entertaining in the fact that it's essentially hacking back from a government perspective. This actually came out a couple weeks ago. Australia had a couple major attacks and responded back with their government is actually considering hacking back activities. So, yeah, that's a great idea. And it's funny, the quotes from this Richard Steenan guy, he essentially calls out that people are going to hack back and the government's going to get involved. So we'll see if that actually happens or not. And then this one, speaking of defend forward, Meta, aka Facebook, which also owns Instagram, by the way, if you did not know that, took down an entire pro-U.S. influence operation being run by the U.S. military. So a whole bunch of Facebook accounts, some Instagram accounts were posting pro-United States government things in other forums to influence other countries. So that would be a good example of defend forward in action, quote unquote. And then this lovely one. So at the same time we're hacking back and doing all this awesome, red team, aren't we badasses going against other countries. The FCEB, which you'll notice there is the Federal Civilian Executive Branch, that includes nobody big, just the cabinet secretaries, the executive branch, and the executive office of the president, decided that Log4Shell, which if you haven't heard of and been living under a rock for 8 or 9 months now, was kind of a big deal. They decided not to patch a VMware Horizon server and then use Log4Shell to breach the thing and deploy a crypto miner and a whole bunch of other malware. So before we start hacking back, maybe we should actually, patch stuff that's 8 or 9 months old that happens to be for the executive office of the president, because I'm sure there's no data there that was a problem. Yeah, if you patch it, that's a good point, Craig. It was a completely unpatched VMware Horizon server, which seems like a good idea because, that's not a host for all your other servers, that type of thing. So, yeah, we shouldn't, don't bother to patch stuff. Don't patch things and then plug Colin's USB drive into your laptop at the same time. Following up with that, we see activity. If you're not aware of the whole TikTok issue, not only is TikTok essentially a influence campaign created by the Chinese government, because if you connect to TikTok in China and you're under 14, you get educational information. If you connect to TikTok outside of China, it's essentially a bunch of cat videos and stuff to make people stupid. But if you've decided on top of that, it would be a really good idea to go ahead and use this new filter that they added to TikTok, which is essentially the idea behind this filter is you're supposed to film a video of yourself naked with this filter on that then puts the invisible filter on you so that you're blurred out. And this hacker essentially used what's open source code. So if you go out there and look, this W4SP Stealer is actually open sourced out there. Runs off GitHub and connects to a Discord channel. And they put out essentially a removal of the filter so you could actually see people naked on their TikTok videos. And this unfilter actually contains the malware. And it connects, as I said, to a Discord channel once you've downloaded it. And if you notice the last bullet point, more than 30,000 people have already shown up on the Discord server. So if you can imagine, it's just me. But at that point in time, I think you'd be better off paying $5 on OnlyFans to see someone naked at that point in time. And then the last slide's a couple quick hits. So in the surprise of no one, 19,000 or a little more than 19,000 attendees at RSA's conference this year. Their SOC and NOC ran essentially a sniffer and turned around, and out of 19,000 people and their laptops and phones, pulled down 55,525 clear text passwords from 2,210 unique accounts. So the idea is Wi-Fi security still got a way to go, especially somewhere like RSA, where, it's supposed to be security people, but we all know RSA conference is just your boss and those type of people that don't want to listen to you when you tell them not to use their password as, password one. Killnet. So Killnet is a DDoS and hacking group that's Russian focused since the Russia-Ukraine war started, which we've covered 1,000 times. Killnet's the big one out there. Their big thing is to pull off DDoS activity. They actually threatened to target commercial satellite systems a couple months ago. If you didn't know, I put things out on our Medium channel for my work because I'm the threat intel head of my company, and actually put a report out on the Russian activity from about 6-7 weeks ago, I think. And now we're seeing them actually happy, Killnet being the first one to actually pull a DDoS off on Starlink, which is one of the systems they called out as commercial satellites that would be in play for active attack. And last, there is a new C2 program out there from a company called MDSec called Nighthawk. If you've heard of Cobalt Strike, I would hope everyone has, or the new one that's Brute Ratel that's been abused. Code has been leaked for Cobalt Strike for years, so attackers have been using Cobalt Strike because it's a pen testing in C2 format. And Brute Ratel's a new one that's actually gotten pwned and exposed out there and been available to attackers. This Nighthawk one is the latest one. I believe it was Proofpoint that pulled a report on Nighthawk showing up in some of their detections. What it looks like is actual proper activity. MDSec claims they haven't seen it in any attacker activity yet. But if you happen to see C2 activity, this is a new one to keep an eye on. All right, that's it for the news. We always like to do the job announcements. So if you are a hiring manager or you're a senior security person at your company and you know of a job position, please come up, tell us who you are, tell us what the position is, who you're looking for, just quick description. We always like to open the mic up for that. Any takers? Anybody got a security position open? Come on up. Again, let us know who you are, what the position is, what you're looking for. And let me not, nope. Let me not.
Hello, Des Moines. How are we tonight? Woo! All right. My name's David. I work for a company called Leggett and Platt. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. Most people haven't. It's based out of Carthage, Missouri, about an hour and a half south of Kansas City. And they have about 20,000 employees, so it's roughly the size of Principal, probably. So a pretty large company, but most people haven't heard of it. Make like bed springs. Also a lot of different industries like aerospace, things like that they're involved in as well. I've worked there about a month now, but we have an opening for a cybersecurity analyst 3 position. Looking for mainly someone with experience in forensics, e-discovery, things like that. More experience the better, at least a year though, preferably. As far as the kind of the pay range, not 100% sure about that yet, but get with me if you're interested or know anybody that's interested, and I can get you that information. It's a 100% remote position, possibility with some travel, but basically 100% remote. So that's kind of nice too. Yeah, so I'll pass my contact info to somebody here and hopefully get somebody interested, or if you know somebody that's interested. Thank you.
Anybody else? I mean, we offer the option too. You can come up here and be interviewed by people if you're looking for a security position, and let all of us, I don't know, there's like 70 people here, so you can let people ask you questions if you want. Anybody else? Going once? Micah, really? You don't have any security positions open to Principal you want to talk about? There's not like 40 people that you're looking to hire with your 900 people in security? All right, fine. All right. I'll wrap things up here just so we're good to go, so Colin doesn't have to struggle bus his way back up here. Agenda for next month, we'll actually try and start at 6:30 as long as the audio works correctly. Then you guys have to listen to me talk. And then Mike is on here for some reason, so I don't know if we have any talks yet for next month. January. We have at least one talk or two? Okay. Nick Stark. Okay. All right, so we got at least one talk, if not two, next month. All right, how long you want for a break to get set up? 5-10 minutes? All right, we'll take a 5-10 minute break. Let Micah get set up, and then we're good to go.